Whakapapa or Mount Ruapehu is situated in the central North Island of New Zealand. We're about 4 hours from Auckland, the largest city in New Zealand. The closer village to us is National Park, which is 15 minutes down the road. The season here at Whakapapa is one of the longest ski seasons in New Zealand. Early to mid-June we'll open, and we will run through to the end of October. 30% of our terrain is black, 40% is blue, intermediate runs, and the rest is accommodates the sort of lower intermediate learner market. Yeah, customers at Whakapapa, as I mentioned, I think we are more of a family orientated resort. Very good learners facilities here at Whakapapa. Happy Valley, which sits alone just below the base area here, because we do get some weather here on Mount Ruapehu every now and then, is very sheltered. Happy Valley has its own ski rental area, its own cafeteria, and as I mentioned, the big thing is it's sheltered from the weather, so we can open that every day without a problem here. A lot of their time and energy, like most places, goes into the beginner market. We have about 140 instructors, a lot of overseas instructors. Here at Whakapapa we have 5 double chairs, 2 quad chairs, one of which is a detachable, 4 T-bars and about 5 platters. So all of the platter or pommer lifts service a large beginners area that we have in Happy Valley, and there's a couple more around the hill. T-bars are generally on the upper slopes of the mountain here, and we have a large rental department, or large in comparison to anything else, certainly in the North Island. We have about 2,000 sets of carving skis. They're all carving skis, about 1,000 snowboards. But there's a standalone cafe in our learners area, one at our base area. The next one, which is an upper mountain cafe, which is the largest one we have up there at the top of our quad detachable chair, the Norwich Cafe. And then we have a western area which has a quad chair and a T-bar, a small cafeteria there. And we have a small terrain park that tends to cater more for the beginner intermediate market. You know, we have the big terrain park at our sister mountain, Tūroa. We do have a couple of features that will cater for the experts, but generally speaking it caters more for the intermediate type skier boarder. Not a big terrain park, but for the numbers that we have here, it caters. But as I mentioned, it's a work in progress. Next year we hope to build from there. Yeah. Projects for Whakapapa is a redevelopment of our base area here, and 2 new high-speed lifts. Skiing at Whakapapa on a live volcano. The biggest danger we have, should there be an eruption, is probably a laha. There's a lake up in the crater. When we have an eruption, all that water and mud is pushed up out of the crater lake, and depending a lot of the time on the wind direction, that's where all of those contents will go. So we have 2 main laha paths right through our ski field. We have alarms around the mountain, out west, up at the Norwich area, down mid-mountain and down the base here. All staff are trained to be able to move people to higher ground. Mount Ruapehu is a big old rock sitting in the middle of the North Island. We get the weather straight in off the ocean. So should one side close, you can come down if the other side is good, which happens a lot. You can use your lift ticket from Whakapapa around at two-door.
Can't really change it, but the weather, like, it's so unpredictable, eh? It's really just, you can come up for a week and not know whether you're going to ski or not. That's the problem.
A lot of the best skiing is in September, October, at the end of the season. You know, we get a lot of snow built up over the season, and then we get really good spring skiing.
South Island's got, in some ways, better skiing, but this is unique. Skiing on a volcano, on a live volcano, it's good. And the runs are interesting, you know, lots of variation.
Yeah. A lot of people think that the South Island has got better snow and that, but on a good day, this place is like as good as it gets on. You know, there's a lot of terrain variety, both sides of the hill to ski on. This is the sunny side, and we call it Turo, the dark side.
They need faster, bigger lifts, and they need bigger cafes. Yeah.
It's got really good terrain for everybody. The beginners area, Happy Valley, is as good as it can get. It's an easy area to teach. It's a really good area to teach skiing in. And then we've got the intermediate slopes, and we've got some really good advanced skiing. And up in the pinnacles and that, there's some real demanding extreme mountain. We can run extreme mountain events here.